1. Boom.
All right.
Guys, that was a strong clap.
That was pretty
I
good.
feel like Incredible Hulk when he does the...
Yeah.
Thunderclap.
Yeah, you learn fast.
Yeah,
I will say.
yeah, there we go.
Guys, come on.
All right, yeah, we got Aiden here. He's joining us for our podcast. So shout out.
He's here.
Yeah.
He's ready. He has answers. He has questions.
I bring youth.
Youth.
Yeah.
Discrimination.
How is Looney Tunes
Youth
today?
citizens.
Yeah.
How is Looney Tunes today?
Way too animated.
Yeah.
Where's the pizzazz? Where's the
That's the problem with the youth. It's too animated.
gross.
Gross. Disgusting. Bugs Bunny's a disaster.
Oh my gosh.
On that note, so
All right, it's a terrible segue into animated. Invincible. The new season just finished. Yes. Dude,
I have not watched it yet.
have you watched any Invincible?
I've not watched
I watched season 1.
Okay, all right.
And
Season
then-
4 has concluded.
Yep.
Dang.
Yeah.
It was a long time till season 2 came out for me.
Yeah, well.
And I forgot about it.
Yeah.
Like it's been 5 years.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, so tell us about it.
All right, so season 4 is.
Are we spoiling? We're not spoiling.
No, I'll just go. It goes into like global and like universal stuff type of thing, and so
Yeah, I was really hoping it would.
Well, so for the first 3 seasons deal a lot with everything that's happening, like superhero stuff on Earth, and then they kind of do a little bit of like, hey, they're talking about other worlds, because that's where.
Right.
So the main character, Invincible, his dad is essentially from another planet, but it's kind of like where it's like, what if Krypton was like actually like still a thing and they were actually trying to conquer Earth type of thing.
Yeah.
Right.
That's type of that scenario where it's like, all right,
galaxy too.
yeah, a whole galaxy.
Okay.
So that's like the whole Viltrumite, where his dad is Omni-Man from the first season. And so the first 3 seasons deal with a lot of stuff that's on Earth, and this one it finally goes to like, all right, we're going galaxy-wide here of like what's going on.
Yeah, most of this season is actually not even on.
No, it's
Earth.
like very the first couple episodes are on Earth, and then it like starts expanding out a lot, which is cool.
I mean, and then obviously, if you're watching this and you've seen Invincible, we gotta talk about it.
Yeah.
Obviously, the main big bag is Thrag now.
Dude,
and
he is.
He's like he's pretty much like the Grand Regent.
So he's like he's the main emperor.
We're having our own.
I know.
You guys,
We're playing the part of like
Really, the peanut gallery.
Yeah, pretty much.
All right, so put it this way. So how Superman is to Earth is what Invincible is to Earth.
Right.
Thrag is Darkseid type of thing. Where it's like
He's a
that
better
type
name.
of
That's what he needs. He needs to rebrand.
Well, all right. In all fairness, the joke is that without spoiling anything, the joke is they compare Thrag and his his outfit to Freddie Mercury by the end of it, because he's this absolute badass of a villain. Because like when they actually go to fight him, it's the first time you see him in action, and he like they were bragging on because he's aura farming the whole time. He's just standing there, not doing anything. The first time someone goes up to punch him, he eats the punch on his forehead, doesn't move, and just goes.
Yeah.
What?
Because there's this big moment throughout the season, and there's tiny spoiler warning for somebody who's seen it. But like,
I'll forget.
Yeah.
Mark, the main guy Invincible, killed like a very high up Viltrumite, and he tells Thrag like, "Hey, I killed him. I'll kill you too." And he's like, "Show me."
Yeah.
So the main character charges at him full speed, just unloads a punch, and he just sits there and takes it. He was like, "I'm unimpressed." And he's just like,
and then the entire rest of the fight, like they're trying to like shoot him, and he's like barely moving, just enough to get out of the way, just to show. And then like obviously they're all the same, Viltrumite type of thing, where it's like Omni-Man is the same type, but he's on a whole different level. Yeah. Because like the first time, because Invincible is not as good as Omni-Man, but they're showing that Omni-Man is not even on the same level as Thrag, because they go for a punch, and like the most badass punch where Omni-Man is about to go in, and Thrag goes to wind up the punch. Yeah. And the first time anybody ever, like, he sucks in the wind with how much, like, energy he's going.
It looks like he's airbending.
Yeah. It looks
and then he punches
and literally sends him from the planet ground
outside
into space.
Yeah.
Like,
as somebody, I have seen the first season.
Yeah.
This just sounds like somebody explaining Dragon Ball Z.
That's honestly not a bad.
It's not a bad
comparison. Yeah.
And I know that this isn't right, but every time, because I am a little familiar, every time I think about Omni-Man, for some reason I can only picture Homelander from The Boys.
Yeah.
like in my head. So like when we're talking about them, I just picture like The Boys.
Yeah.
Even though I know
also,
completely wrong show.
Have you guys watched any of the newest
I
season
haven't.
as well?
I need to catch up.
I'm not a boys person. I stopped
Wednesdays have been great because that's when both the boys and Invincible are coming out. It's been great.
I'll catch up on The Boys this week and then we can.
Well, and I know I'm pretty much alone on this, but like there was like the trifecta because Daredevil's going right now, Born Again season 2. So
there's just
watch that.
That's
please.
on my list.
So good.
Here's my problem. There's just too much now. Like for me, for someone who I'm a movie guy.
You're a movie guy.
100%. You know, like shows are an investment. I have to really be like, okay, I'm gonna watch this show, but I'm not gonna go back necessarily and watch.
I think right now though we have a good problem now because before the last like 10 years, they've been throwing out shows and they've been subpar. Now they're finally like realizing, oh, we know it's working. Let's put out good shows.
Right.
Like
that's the main reason I would highly recommend going into shows if I were you. I know you're a movie guy, but like. It's not like it's bad shows. Like these are actually really highly critically acclaimed shows. Like Invincible, Daredevil, they're getting like 9 point like whatever ratings on IMDb.
Yeah.
Well, that's a brutal like critique system that they're on.
But it also depends because like it's not that I won't watch shows. It just depends on what. Like for example, the revival of Scrubs, right? I'd already watched all the other stuff. So when this came out, I'm like, there's 8 episodes and they're 20 minutes. So I have time to be like, I'm gonna knock out an episode real quick.
Yeah.
Ones are like an hour. I don't get a lot of time to just watch an hour of a show.
Yeah.
If I go, hey, I'm gonna watch a movie. Cool. I know I'm watching a movie. If I'm watching a show, typically, especially something that like Caitlin, my wife's not into, then I have to be when like everyone's asleep or whatever, and I can watch like.
You're saying she's not gonna be into the Viltrumite?
Come
on, man.
Yeah. She wouldn't know what about Thrag.
Thrag sounds like the comic book words that would pop up above their heads when fighting.
Yeah. Pow, bam, Thrag.
That's good.
No, but everyone says Invincible's good. It looks really good, and I always look at it going like, okay, I just need to start it. But then I end up either watching something else.
But I think because you like DC comics and all that stuff, and I like you like that style of animation. It's that just with more gore in it.
Anime, anime.
And that's
since you watch anime, Invincible should be no problem for you.
Exactly.
And I'm not an anime guy. The first season was very good.
Yeah.
The first season.
I just lost interest by the time season 2.
Well, especially because did you watch season 1 when it was like new?
When it was new.
Okay, so that happens also because sometimes stuff takes a long time to get like.
Yeah.
God, that first season's so good.
It was a really good season.
It has arguably.
Like how many episodes a season?
I was gonna say,
30 minutes apiece. Yeah.
Okay, so really, it's gonna be that thing. Once I start it,
yes,
you'll be hooked.
I will try to have it
especially for you with that first season because they take take the Justice League and flip it on its head. I'm just gonna leave it at that.
So my goal by the next time we do a recording, we'll have at least season 1.
All right, I like that.
I can't wait to tell you because I think arguably you'll see one of the greatest scenes maybe in any animated show ever.
Which scene are we talking about here?
The baseball scene.
Oh, all right.
The baseball scene. I think
okay.
Is that a season 1 thing or is that just
season 1 thing?
Okay.
Like
I will try to have season 1 done.
It's insane.
Yeah.
So,
I just don't like blasphemy against Dragon Ball Z. Okay. You just said the greatest scene. Listen.
Look, Dragon Ball Z.
I love Dragon Ball Z.
I love Dragon Ball Z.
But it suffers from it takes 3 episodes to do one fight. I'm like,
right.
All right, that's a little too much.
All that.
Yeah, I watched Majin Buu like for 20 episodes.
Seriously.
Do the same thing.
Well, to be fair, it got worse as they got like I would say like, and I know like the segue to Dragon Ball Z, but once you got to Cell, it was very dragged.
Yes,
because they were like they had one version of Cell and then like 30 episodes and then he's finally the second version.
But like, and then every fight there's dialogue, there's power up, and then there's a flashback usually that goes along with it. Honestly, and then you have to recap what happened.
Honestly, the one that changed the game probably for TV series nowadays, would you say it's probably Stranger Things, right? For like 2016, like making TV shows like movies now. That was like every
Walking Dead did it first.
No, I'd say Game of Thrones more than anything.
I think Game of Thrones did it because like Walking Dead still felt like
it wasn't. It wasn't that. It wasn't a grand scale. It was a big TV show, but they made sure to market it as a TV show.
I think
Game of Thrones was
the first season
2013, I think.
Really? Okay,
yeah.
got it.
2012, 2013.
I'm gonna say Walking Dead. The first season they marketed because they didn't know if they were gonna make it.
Yeah.
They were only greenlit for a season.
Yeah,
that's true.
It was like
and
6 episodes.
Yeah, it was perfect. Yeah. And then we had a whole new storyline, and then they got greenlit again, so they had a whole new storyline. I still think they did it first.
Yeah. When did Walking Dead come out?
2009.
9? Okay.
I think that's my guess.
Yeah. I saw it on AMC when it premiered.
But it's not like 8,
Yeah,
it's not like 8 episodes, is it? Like the first season?
First season's really short. It's like 6 episodes,
Yeah.
7 episodes.
Game of Thrones was right after. That was 2011. So it was right afterwards.
yeah.
So you could argue both of those were very, I would say both of those were very.
A lot
It
longer than I
makes
thought.
sense because I remember 2014 is when Caitlin and I moved into our apartment and she hadn't seen it. And season 3 or 4 was about to come out.
Yeah.
So I was like, we got to catch you up before this.
I stopped watching
Yeah.
after Glenn, so I didn't care.
Oh man.
Yeah.
Really?
Oh yeah, rip my way to Glenn, man.
Yeah, I mean,
I still think about it to this day.
I stopped watching after.
I'll be honest, Walking Dead was one that I never
What?
really
After
fully
Beth.
looked into.
Okay.
Because like,
Unironically, we'll talk about it later. Yeah.
That's a great segue.
So we'll talk about that a little
Yeah.
later. Because I'm pretty chapter.
yeah, all right. But we'll get to that one later.
We'll get to that.
Yeah.
On some more recent news, though, we've got a trailer review.
Yeah,
that we're
so
gonna do here.
shout out to Film C Media, or Pixel C Media, sorry.
Yep.
They've been sending us some really cool stuff, trailer opportunities to get some screeners. The newest one I just did for Clayface.
Clayface, yeah.
And then we got one here for Resident Evil. So we appreciate the opportunity. We'll be watching the trailer. We'll talk about it.
Yeah,
I will
I'll
say-
put the trailer down here as we're watching it. So.
Before this, did not know there was a Resident Evil movie on the horizon.
Honestly, I heard
So-
about it. I didn't realize how close we were to it.
I'm excited. I grew up watching. I think the obviously the older one.
Yeah,
I can never. The first one was so good.
It was so good.
I never forget the little laser. That laser sequence.
It was great.
Insane. It was absolutely insane. But it, got a little carried away. Not in a bad way. I just couldn't keep up with it being younger. So I'm excited to see what the new rebirth, I guess, is. Right?
I was huge into Resident Evil.
Yeah.
It was like everything that
I love
could
the-
make a movie towards
yeah.
me. It was like
See, I never watched the movie, but I love the games. The Resident Evil games
I
were
heard the Resident
peak.
Evil.
the games were great.
Leon,
the camera
Leon.
angles were frustrating, but the games are fantastic.
Yeah, see,
but that was kind of
that
the
was
point
all of the games back
Yeah.
then. Were all like they
Yes.
always had crappy camera angles because of the limitations of the console.
Right.
You
Yeah.
couldn't do a full 360 thing.
Right.
You had to have something that snapped
Well,
back.
and they almost use it as a part of the game.
Yes,
where you were
because-
not fighting the mechanics. That sounds bad, but
But-
you really were kind
But
of
it
fighting
also
the
made
camera.
it easier for them to like jump scare you too, because
was
you
gonna say, I think
couldn't
more
get the
submerged.
angle.
Yeah.
Like you were
Yeah.
forced at an angle, and all of a sudden something comes out at
Which
you.
is so good.
Ooh,
so
yeah.
The Resident Evil games are great.
Yeah.
So it comes out September 18th.
So we got some time.
We got some time. So that's
Time.
why the trailer just, like when they asked us about it, the trailer dropping the next day.
All right, cool.
Okay.
So that's why some of these things,
So
it's like,
September, that's what, 4 months?
yeah,
Give or take?
we'll get give or take. And then it's directed by Zach Kreger, which obviously we talked about Barbarian and Weapons, the most recent one that people.
Oh, that's the guy from Weapons?
Yeah, so he's the one directing this
Alright.
one. He said that his take is he's trying to do something a little different because he always knows that if you take a fan base like a Resident Evil, whatever, you try to adapt it.
Yeah.
With like characters from the game, stuff like that. You never win. It's like it always is never what you want. The story.
Interesting.
He's like the stories are always perfect, so this is a different take on Resident Evil. So
Okay.
we'll see. So
All right.
let's do it.
Let's do it. Starting now.
Hello? I had a little bit of a problem on the road. I was wondering if I could use your phone. Hello?
Yes, we're sorry.
Hey, babe. Look, I'm really sorry that we got disconnected earlier, but some things have happened. I'm in like a seriously fucked up situation right now. And it looks like there's a chance that we might not get to talk to each other again.
It's a dude.
Yeah.
I just wanted you to know.
Oh yeah. Okay.
That's
Nice.
good.
Wow.
Yeah, dude, that's
I
great.
like
That's
that.
great.
Dude.
I like that a lot.
That looks really good.
That's really cool.
I'll say I think one thing that's going to help this movie is I was looking at it. It didn't look like a big cast, which means they seem like it
No.
looks like they're going to keep it
Be
kind
very
of
small,
contained,
yeah.
which I think is going to benefit it
Yeah.
very good
For sure.
It
Like-
kind of fits with the vibe, right?
Yeah.
You want that tight cast.
Yeah. What do you think? So what do y'all got? So I
I'm
think
digging the camera work.
Yeah,
Dude.
Like
the effects on like that. Like the first
We're
thing that
not-
I noticed was like the effects on
Yeah.
it, even just with the you
it's
know.
like the directed by,
Yeah.
and what shows him walk by it and then disappears, and then directed
Fades in and out,
weapons and the
Yeah.
barbarian, like the way they did that whole snapshot.
the integration of it is pretty cool.
I think the
yeah.
vibe. I think if it keeps it in that tone of that darkness a little
Yes.
bit. think
I like
it's
the
great.
darkness.
isolated feeling.
Yeah.
Because that was the thing about Resident Evil is all that
the whole time.
isolation. Yup.
Yeah.
It kind of gave me, was it 28 Days Later, the original one where it's like
Yeah.
just him kind of by himself for a bit.
Yeah,
So I
figuring
think if
everything
you can
out,
have this
yeah.
where it's like him just alone most of the time,
Mhm.
and then throw in some.
Now I will say I am interested. There's a few different settings that were shown there.
Yeah.
Like it wasn't just that house. So
Yeah.
I'm interested to see how they get from like obviously
A to
there's,
B,
there's-
yeah.
It's gonna be him
That-
traveling the whole city. He's gonna be in Raccoon City, traveling
Yeah.
the whole area. So that
It-
that looks awesome.
It looks like it's gonna be really good.
Do you think that's gonna be Leon or no? I'm
I don't.
curious.
I think based on what the director has said, I don't think so. Because he
Okay.
made a comment that it was about like. He's like Leon's a great character,
Yeah.
and he specifically said Leon because that's the best character they have.
Right.
They just brought him back for one of the games.
Right.
So he's like, I don't want to take that story that is already great and try to do something with it
Right.
because he's
Okay.
like it's already good, which is, I respect.
Uh,
Yeah,
He's
100%
like-
respect
yeah.
that. Yeah.
Yeah, no.
So
I think that's the smart way to do it.
For sure.
I really do. I love a good news story.
yeah.
Yeah.
Like
Do something
old world news story.
Yeah.
Love it. I'm here.
You
for it.
take the work because like I'm a big fan of like okay, this is a world like with Game of Thrones, right? There's so many different things you could do with it because of the world. So like with this, you can have the same exact situation,
Yep.
the same thing, and just throw in
Somebody else's tail on
Exactly.
it. Yeah.
Yeah.
For sure.
So and it could in theory still be the same universe if you wanted to be that person.
Yeah.
But,
Yeah.
And it still looks very like horror esque.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like it's that very creepy
Mhm.
because and they've done some that are more action based.
Yeah.
And then they're
It does look like they're almost kind of put like a video game spin on it, where
It
like
does.
you see him scavenging around.
Yeah.
And you see the shotgun loading it up, and
You see him
then
with the rifle.
and then
yeah.
and then slowly exploring the sewers type of thing.
Honestly, that's a good point. I didn't think about that.
It looks
I
very-
love the progression of like characters actually getting to use different.
Yes.
Right.
Because if it starts off
behind a
as a
shotgun, and that's all he has the whole movie,
Mhm.
right? But it looks like we're gonna get a rifle.
Yeah.
We're gonna get a shotgun.
Yeah.
Right.
And obviously seeing the different like
Right.
type of bad
I was
characters.
just saying,
like,
yeah, that was very interesting. You
Yeah.
saw
a few
hints
different
and
types.
glimpses of
Yes.
things going on.
So here's a description of it, right? So it releases September 18th, aims to capture the game's survival horror
Yes.
feel with a first-person
Yeah.
perspective
Perfect.
and a focus on a normal guy protagonist, unlike previous adaptations.
All right.
So he's just going to be a dude.
All right.
He's not like a special operative.
No, he's not going to be like a normal guy, and then an hour later he's like somehow just this unbeatable.
Kung
Yeah.
Fu
Like
master.
he's just a guy. So
I like that.
I'm-
I like that a lot.
I'm very excited. And then this is the actual plot. A medical carrier, Brian, gets caught in a deadly outbreak in Raccoon City, experiencing the horror from a normal guy perspective.
nice.
Okay, yeah, I like
So-
that. I like that a lot.
So
Not
I
secret
think-
agent, whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just.
And if you look at the director's track record, I mean, everyone loves his movies that are coming out right now.
Well, and he's really good at the suspense thing. Like he is.
Mhm.
So I'm down for it.
Cool.
This will be very exciting. So, Resident Evil, let us know what you think of the trailer
Cool.
and go see it.
Yeah.
Go
Yeah,
Definitely down for
September.
this.
Wow.
Yeah.
September 18th.
Really good.
Keep a lookout.
We are going to be lined and ready with popcorn and ready.
I can't
I'm going to have my
wait.
giant
I love
soda
it.
and we're ready.
Yeah. 100% looking forward to that.
Yeah.
Great.
Dude,
So.
Yeah.
Well,
Well, cool, guys. Well, y'all ready to jump to the topics here?
Yeah.
Yep.
I think we got two of them this time
We got a
around.
couple
Yes.
of them, yeah. So, would y'all want to start off with TV shows or Lifetime Achievement?
Let's do lifetime achievement.
Okay.
See, keep it high and tight, keep it nice and clean.
That's right. That's right. And since I'll start off with it, I guess since I shouted that out. So, with lifetime achievement, we specifically look for somebody who doesn't already have
Yes.
a lifetime achievement award.
Yeah.
Not necessarily not other Oscars or anything,
Right,
but
right.
specifically the lifetime achievement.
Yeah.
I did go with someone who does not have an Oscar or a lifetime achievement award,
Okay.
but I think really deserves one.
Okay.
Harrison Ford has
Okay,
had
he was on my list.
a very
Okay.
long career
Good choice.
with. He was in some of the most iconic sci-fi, he was in Star Wars,
Yeah.
Indiana Jones, Blade Runner, in some of the most influential
Crazy those.
sci-fi
Yeah.
series, and then has also done, like The Fugitive or, some incredible stuff, but
Yeah.
hasn't won an award, an Academy Award for anything like
Which
that.
is
It's
so
crazy. Yeah.
strange because
Yeah.
he's been, and it's not been one-offs. He's
No.
like,
Did,
2026.
Oh, you know what? For Shrinking. That's right. All right. So, but all right. So I will tailor it. It got to.
So guys, it's the last time you see Mark.
Yeah.
Sorry, Mark.
But so that shows where it goes to the end, like later on in his career.
It's been so long. Though.
But
I can't believe after Indiana Jones he didn't get some
kind of awards.
It's iconic character.
Exactly.
It's not like just character. It's not just character work.
Well,
it's
and
like
arguably, I mean, you're talking about like top 5 movie franchises ever, maybe.
Exactly.
No, for real.
And so now, but with like Shrinking has been one of his better like dramatic roles. Like, have you guys seen it at all?
I haven't seen it. I've heard a lot
It's
of
very, very good.
I've heard the reviews, but I haven't.
So it's him and so Jason Segel is technically the lead in it, where he is a therapist, but Harrison Ford's character is also a therapist who has Parkinson's.
Yes.
And so they delve into that whole aspect. Michael J. Fox actually makes a cameo because obviously he's a big advocate of research on Parkinson's.
Yeah, something like that.
It's still really cool that he's able to still do cameos like he's doing, with Parkinson's.
It's still relevant. I mean, he's putting the work in.
There's a clip on it.
He's also hilarious.
Oh, so look at the next when you get the chance. Look up the clip in Shrinking with Michael J. Fox on it. It's really cool. Like,
who's the guy who played in X-Men? X-Men.
Which X-Men?
The bald-headed dude.
Patrick Stewart?
Patrick Stewart.
Is that his name?
No, that's not Sir, sorry, but it's just Patrick
Stewart.
Okay, yeah, Patrick Stewart and Michael J. Fox did an interview, I think, talking about maybe his role in Shrinking.
Maybe.
Because I think Patrick Stewart also has Parkinson's.
Does he?
Yeah.
Interesting.
One moment.
Let me just. Let's
that's a crazy thing to say.
Let's get a word from our fact checker.
But anyway, I do know that he had an interview with somebody from that.
He was talking about.
Man, I can't remember who it is. It wasn't Patrick Stewart. Anyway, I'm pretty sure he was an X-Men though. Either way, talking about his role in Shrinking, Michael J. Fox was like talking about still staying relevant and like the obstacles because he got all the outs to just go do whatever he wants.
Absolutely,
I mean, he
Yeah.
hit him pretty hard.
Yeah.
Like, was it the early 90s?
Yeah,
late
where it
90s.
started
He was
really going into
fast,
it,
Yeah. Where it's like he went from being everywhere to like, it just was hitting him so damn hard.
Yeah, so either way, so that's Harris is my pick because of such a long career, iconic roles, and then now most recently with Shrinking.
Yeah.
You know.
Okay, I'm gonna squeeze mine in because I'm not as knowledgeable as y'all.
Okay.
Or well seasoned. Anyway,
youngins.
I'm gonna go with Christian Bale.
All right.
Based off of his filmography.
Interesting.
Filmography, wow.
Yeah, American Psycho.
Who's the old one?
But we talked about the other day. Also started as an early age as well.
Yeah, and then obviously since I'm younger, yes, with TikTok and all that nowadays. But seeing how much he's dedicated to any role that he's ever had.
Yeah, I was gonna say like the machinist,
right? Like
eating an apple a day or whatever.
And then directly into Batman.
Literally directly into Batman, being like 225, 256.
And he had to lose weight again.
Yeah,
he got too big.
Weight, or he got really big for a role like that.
The fighter when he was the drug addict.
Yep.
Oh my gosh.
Right. So like I can't argue with that, man. I'm sorry. Like I think he'll probably get it maybe one day. But
I would say
not that he's also a dang good actor too.
Yeah,
he's a really good actor.
Really good.
Yeah.
He's
him in The Prestige was one of my favorite roles of his.
I just watched American Hustle again recently too.
That's
So I'm gonna go with that. Again, I don't have a lot of to give to that, so I'll let y'all take it.
Fine.
I'll throw mine. We'll let you get Chase.
Okay, fine. So
like you're the movie guy, so you can hit this off.
No, you have to be okay. So mine is Robin Williams. Because
does he not have one?
He doesn't have one.
Wow.
He doesn't have one.
He won an Oscar for
an absolute tragedy.
Yeah.
I know.
He's won Oscars, but
he's won awards and stuff like that.
Because he got the Oscar for Good Will Hunting, right?
Yeah. And for what I double check. I had to double check because I'm like I just want to make sure because I think he did.
Yeah.
Like Jumanji, I mean, everything. No matter what age you are, you've seen something with him.
Yeah. Even voice acting roles.
Aladdin, Fern Gully, if you're a Fern Gully, shout out Fern Gully.
Yeah.
Like it's a lot, and the fact that he doesn't have one, I feel like, is rough. Because I know he's not around anymore. At this point, it's been like 12 years.
Something like that.
12 years since he passed away, even, which is wild. So his daughter could accept it. Someone could accept it, but like, he needs
that recognition of a career like that.
The fact that he's been gone so long and he's still
still
talked about. It's wild to me. So I went with the.
That's super surprising to me.
It is.
I'm
I was
surprised
shocked
that he doesn't have one.
Me too. I was surprised, and it's one of those things. I'm like, is it because? I don't know. Some people, it's like the semantics of it, where it's like, oh, he's not around anymore. Kind of like with Harrison Ford. I wonder if it's like. He's iconic, but if it's like the action of it all. People get weird about like action movies or like why superhero movies
because he
a lot.
predominantly was like sci-fi movies. Yeah. All right, fine, but still.
Yeah, like, I'm like, you would think because even his non-big movies are massive.
Right.
And with Robin Williams, it's like people think of him as like the jokester and the funny guy, but like 1 Hour Photo is brutally depressing.
It seems like we talk about it every time of like how he is so iconic with dramatic roles, like Good Will Hunting, 1 Hour Photo.
1 Hour Photo. Insomnia is great. No one has, anyone who watches movies or knows anything, no one ever knows Insomnia. And it's Christopher Nolan, and it's Robin Williams, and it's Al Pacino and Hilary Swank. It's so good. But it's like it's one of his best roles, and no one ever talks about it. No. I'm like, it's crazy. So it's. Yeah, if you haven't seen anything Robin Williams, now's your time. Throw a quarter at a movie with him in it, and you'll enjoy it, I think. So, that's my pick.
That's what's up.
That's a good one. I'm super surprised.
Guys.
And he didn't come up in any of my research on people who don't have it.
Yeah, that's why because I looked up everyone who does, and I didn't see him on anything. So if I'm wrong, we got to talk about it.
I'll send his address, and you can personally go on.
Yeah, guys, he lives here. These are things he's scared of.
He's scared of Lakers.
All right, tonight's 76ers.
I have two. Okay, we had briefly discussed this. There are some that don't have it because it wasn't a thing back when they were relevant.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
And to me, I couldn't figure out whether or not I really counted them as not.
I think I know one. Go ahead.
I think you probably know one too.
I think I know one.
I think you probably know one. All right. I'm gonna go with the old one. I think John Wayne really deserves one.
Yeah.
Okay. Because from 40 something 50s to like all the way to like I think the 80s, he was pretty much in every Western that there was.
Every popular Western.
Not only was that, he wrote them, he directed them. He was.
Yeah.
They were so good.
The Western like.
This is how you know you're good.
Yeah.
This is how you know you're good. If I make one when I'm young, and then they remake it, cast you again when you're older, change nothing except everybody around you.
That's hilarious.
Because there's a Rio Bravo and El Dorado are the exact same movie, the exact same story, in the exact same town, and the only thing they changed was his co-stars.
That's hilarious.
Wow.
I don't think I knew that.
No, and I'll help your point. He has a range. Like he did westerns, but he did some that were brutally serious, and then some that were pretty funny.
Yeah, and even beyond the westerns, he had some really solid war movies too.
Yeah.
I forget he did some more like
he did
too.
Yeah. So that's my oldie. My slightly less old, but still younger. I'm gonna go Willem Dafoe.
That's
breadth of dramatic, like I mean, he was pretty much in every movie.
Yeah.
For like 20 years.
He's got a huge career.
What a great answer.
Yeah.
My God.
I'm sure you're going to Washington.
You know, I thought about Denzel.
Just like find a way to voice ours, like swap our voices.
I thought about Denzel. I even thought about Samuel Jackson.
Yeah.
Because you can make that argument. But when I looked at Willem Dafoe, he was in literally every movie. And he's not a bad actor.
No,
it's not like
great movies. Yeah.
It's not like he's a side character, like the guy in the back.
Yeah.
He was always like the best co-star in a ton of stuff. Like even his Green Goblin.
Yeah.
He was such a good Green Goblin.
Good. The way he just picked it up in No Way Home, sorry.
Yeah.
Willem Dafoe in American Psycho is peak.
Yeah.
American Psycho,
He's so good in American Psycho.
It's bad when I have to continually scroll and
it's a lot because he's still doing stuff.
What's the one with the lighthouse? Him in the lighthouse.
Lighthouse.
Yeah, the lighthouse.
Yeah. Him with Robert Pattinson.
Yeah, Robert Pattinson.
He was just in Nosferatu that I just
watched.
Like that was pretty. It was weird as hell, but very good.
When I was really thinking about the Lifetime Achievement, it isn't about the best performance.
No.
And it isn't necessarily just credits because there are some guys who are like in 400 things.
Yeah. But some of them are some dog.
They're like a low-level actor or even a mid-level actor, but they're not really doing anything.
Right.
They're just.
But whatever he's in elevates everything that he's in.
You can put a Willem Dafoe movie. I'm like, that's probably pretty good.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Probably a good movie.
At the very least, entertaining.
Yeah.
For sure.
Good. good, entertaining.
So for like a true lifetime achievement, I think he should get one.
Yeah, I agree with that.
100%
Good take.
Yep.
Really good take.
I did have an honorable one that I forgot to mention.
Okay.
I wanted to do Charlie Chaplin as well.
I thought about
because he was one. He got shafted, honestly.
He did.
Yeah, he did.
So he was the first one to go that transition from old, no talking to talking movies.
Yes.
Be a huge star, but then he got he got outed of the American community because they thought he was a communist for a little bit there.
Wow.
Yeah, but so for like a solid
Probably
decade,
led by John Wayne.
for
John Wayne's like, get
like
out
a
of here,
solid
bud.
decade, he was in Europe and was not in America at all. But then came back, and I think he might have gotten a Lifetime Achievement Award. Now that I think about it.
No, he was on the list of mine.
No, he got recognized for it, but didn't get one because when he went back to the Academy Awards, he got like a 10-minute standing ovation. Yeah. And nobody ever does that.
And he's
for his recognition of movies.
When you talk about influential, both in a director and an actor's setting. Yeah, I mean, you can't argue.
Yeah.
I mean, he's your favorite. He's everybody's favorite actor.
Yeah.
If you think about it, it's like, who's your favorite actor to look up to? It's Charlie Chaplin.
Yeah, for sure.
All of them.
The movie Chaplin with Robert Downey Jr. is really good.
Yes.
So if y'all haven't seen that, go check it out.
Yeah.
It's underrated.
That was his first one where he got sober, right?
Yeah,
if I remember right.
Sober.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I believe that was when he was still trying to get sober. But again, it may not be this one, but I remember one of the directors that he was working with around that time was like the reason he got him on here was like, I'm gonna help you get sober. You're doing this movie. We're gonna get you sober.
Wasn't that Mel Gibson?
Might have been Mel Gibson.
Yeah, I think I've heard that story. RDJ tells that story.
Yeah.
Mel Gibson's like,
yeah, he was a sponsor
get
for
sober.
it.
Yeah.
Gave him the shot.
Yeah.
Then they recorded Mel saying all this heinous stuff.
Dude.
And it took his career away.
I think that was after all that.
Yeah.
If I remember down. Yeah.
Dude, that meltdown was crazy.
Yeah. But hey, it's shout outs to guys like that can actually get people to be sober because you have like Elton John for Eminem, being his sponsor type of thing. Yeah, that's a wild connection too.
I forgot about that.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, it's really interesting. That's very surprising. Somebody's not honored him.
Right. Exactly. So.
Yeah.
Just kind of get that extra I think we should do directors next because there's a few of them.
I have one.
Yeah, I
already know
as well.
mine.
Yeah,
I already know mine.
All right, so we'll do another one later.
There's some snubs. Yeah.
Lifetime.
So lifetime with directors then it'll be.
Yeah. Because there are some who are actors and directors. Like Charlie Chaplin was one of those who were.
I was gonna say he fits in both categories very well.
Clint already has one.
Yeah, well,
he's the goat.
but deservedly on that one.
Yeah,
for sure.
For sure, deservedly on that one.
So good.
Well, cool. So guys, let us know who do you think deserves honorable mentions.
Yeah. Who's our shout outs here?
Shout outs here. Let me get to the actual post here. Maybe when it loads. In a minute now.
It's wild to see who has a huge length of career.
Yeah.
Nothing to
Keith David.
Up there for me. I can't believe how many actors turned directors are actually still really good.
Oh yeah.
That's why I have so much respect for Clint Eastwood and even Mel Gibson.
Yeah.
Mel Gibson, they can direct a movie, not only act in it.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah. So we got Connie said easy Robert De Niro.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Hagen said Bruce Campbell.
Oh wow. Bruce Campbell is
have you seen Evil Dead?
Yeah.
Yes.
He's the main guy from Evil Dead.
Okay.
Yeah. Which Bruce Campbell
he's a big business guy.
Yeah, because Bruce Campbell did a lot of horror, known for Evil Dead mostly, but I could see that. And then I laughed because I spoiled it earlier. But Rigo put definitely not Dwayne Johnson.
This man does not like Dwayne Johnson.
Just like Beyonce
all.
did not deserve an award for Best Country Album.
Oh my gosh.
Because here's the thing, I like The Rock because of wrestling, and he has good movies. However, for me lately, it's been a lot of the most recent things that I don't like. And then did I post? Yeah. Okay. So let's see what we got there. And then Jack's Visuals said Al Pacino.
Yep.
I think Al Pacino's a good shout.
Yeah, that's a good one too. It's just he got real crazy. He just became such a parody.
Al Pacino and who was the first one that was on there? Robert De Niro.
Robert De Niro, yeah.
Robert De Niro, especially going from all of his mob movies and then to Rain Man as well.
And then back to his mob.
And then back to his mob movies. Well, but then also you got Meet the Fockers, where he has his fun movie.
Yeah, mid 2000, 2010.
It was all Robert De Niro.
Yeah.
I'll tell you, people like Robert De Niro and Al Pacino, their problem is they're so old that people forget forget how good they were. Because they start doing goofy stuff or things that are ridiculous. And so people were like, what's he doing? So they forget all the good things.
Right.
And I'm like, if you watch like Casino and all these other things, like some of these monster movies with these guys, and they were so good. So you forget that stuff. So I think definitely revisit some of these people. And Dwayne Johnson, like, he's fine. Like, it's all right.
Most electrifying man.
If you smell.
I would argue that John Cena is the better actor between the two of them.
Oh, the two of them?
With like wrestlers who have turned.
I think so.
John Cena is the better actor.
So John, I would say, look, I think you're right. I think the problem is
I haven't seen Peacemaker. So.
No, Cena has a better personality than the Rock. So Cena does more comedic.
So Cena doesn't just play John Cena in all the movies. Whereas The Rock plays The Rock in all of his movies.
I think The Rock was a better actor when he didn't
want to
try to be The Rock.
Yeah.
So The Rock in like The Rundown, I thought was great.
Oh, The Rundown's great. Walking Tall.
Or Walking Tall, The Rundown.
Very good.
I think I was thinking more about The Walking Tall.
Yeah, Walking Tall.
Walking Tall is a good one, yeah.
He was really good. But he wasn't being The Rock.
Yeah, he was being a character.
But what I'm saying is he was such a better actor then. Because now everything he's like, I'm The Rock.
Yeah, but now he has to be The Rock in everything.
Yeah.
Right.
Because it's like in Jumanji, he's just a big guy. And all the Fast and Furious ones that he's in, he just has to be
oversized Rock.
Have y'all seen the meme where it's like, it's literally him from 4 different movies, but he's wearing the same outfit.
Yes.
And they're like, guess which movie this is from? And it's like The Land of the Lost, Jumanji, some other stuff. And they're like, Jungle Cruise.
I have a soft spot for Central Intelligence, though. Because he's not really playing himself.
Yeah.
He's like a goofball. He's hilarious.
The game plan. I'm going to say, when he's not being The Rock, he's such a better actor.
Yeah. It's he was the Tooth Fairy, right?
He was
Tooth Fairy.
Because it's more about, like, and I haven't seen The Smashing Machine. I've heard it's pretty good.
I've heard that was very good,
But it was his first attempt at trying to be, lose yourself in a character. The Rock it's tough, because The Rock is just so massive. You can only do so much.
What has John Cena been in? I mean, he's been in Peacemaker, obviously.
He was in Trainwreck with Amy Schumer.
Yeah, okay.
He did, Peacemaker.
Maybe I just missed all of his
Justice
movies.
League.
Oh my God. He did one with
Legendary.
Who's the one that
I know. I've seen Legendary. Great movie.
What's the one he did with Zac Efron?
The new. There's one that just came out where it's like Licky Stanicky or
Ricky Stanicky.
Ricky Stanicky.
Oh my God,
that was really good.
Ricky Stanicky, and then what else was it? There was the one that 12 rounds. 12 rounds is very good. The Marine is
very good.
You know what? I feel like The Marine.
The Marine is people.
I've seen Legendary. Legendary is a great.
Yeah, people poo-poo on The Marine, but I really liked it. So he's done a lot of stuff.
He's done some stuff.
Yeah.
Technically, he was in the Fast and Furious movies.
Yeah, he was in the last one.
Yeah, he was.
I haven't seen Fast and Furious.
The other brother.
So bad.
The other family.
I know. Yeah. We really went off the deep end.
But Cena, but The Rock, I think, can act. The problem is which he said in an interview recently when he was promoting the Smash Machine. He stereotyped himself and was listening to studios and his agents being like, "This is who you are."
Yeah.
And if you look at box office, The Rock is the bigger actor. The Rock's made so much money.
Yeah.
Well,
but the
I would
is
stereotype myself too if I was making his money.
Oh,
right?
absolutely. Yeah.
It's like, dude, I want you to play the same guy last time. Just do it again.
If he's not a billionaire yet, he's very close.
Yeah.
Between his production company, the movies he's made, wrestling, now he's part of the board member. Whatever's going on with that, like it's just a lot. Because it merged, didn't it?
Sold it.
Yeah, merged again.
Yeah, merged for like the 50th time.
Yeah.
So, All right, let's run. Well, you know what? I'll do a Rock for social media. I'll do a Rock appreciation post. I'm gonna tag Rigo. It's gonna be great.
Shout out Rigo.
Yeah.
It's gonna be great. I'm gonna tag him in it, and we're gonna show all the greatest hits of the Rock, and it's gonna lead the pain.
Rock's #1 fan. Rigo.
Shout out to the Rock's number, and I'll tag the Rock in it too.
Oh, there you go. Even better.
Man. Chef's kiss. It's gonna be great. So y'all ready to jump on the TV show?
I think I couldn't remember what it was. Yes.
So I'll start this one because I only have a rant on one of them. I have a couple of them. And
this is TV show that started amazing.
How many did you do?
So I have two to talk about and like an honorable mention.
Okay.
Yeah, I've got 2 as well. Yeah.
Okay.
One.
All right, cool. For once, I'm not the least prepared. Yeah. And I'm proud of that.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Usually,
shame on that.
you know, we'll a peek behind the curtain is typically how this goes is we all decide on the topic. Everybody remembers the topic except for me, and then 5 minutes before we say play, I'm scrolling trying to figure out what my answers are.
He is a professional procrastinator.
That's right. That's right. Hey, never change what you're good at. All right.
Okay.
With that being said.
Okay. So my honorable mention is going to be Heroes, right? Because Heroes season 1 and 2 It had potential to be
so good.
Go down as some of the best
that's on
TV
my
shows of all time. Like literally, no, like
I had 3. That was my third.
Those two seasons are peak.
And then they completely lost their way.
I don't know. Because if it was on your list, was it a writer's strike or something?
It was part of it. The writer's strike did not help, but I think they tried to set it up too much, like it was going to be an ensemble cast and they're going to rotate different heroes. Yes. But then everybody loved that first set of heroes, and they went, "Oh crap, we have a story for 2 seasons and we don't know what to do with the rest." of it.
It was so.
And they kept trying to throw other characters in, didn't do it well. Try to rotate other characters out, didn't do well.
It hurt my feelings. It just felt like a different show. The writing was bad. It was cheesy, and you're like, it was
the first 2 seasons.
It was a cool show.
It was so funny, and I just looked it up to make sure I'm not conflating this with another thing. They were sponsored by Nissan.
Yes.
You remember this? Nissan Versa. And once you know that, you can't stop seeing all of the product placement for Nissan Versa.
If you do like a drinking game, or like if you watch a movie or show, whatever, like, and you can always tell by their sponsor by it, because like for instance, like if somebody going to somebody else's house, and then it slow zooms in and up to their little bumper, and you're like, oh, Toyota sponsors.
So MCU, I think it was Audi.
Everyone had
this movie you saw, man.
It
Tony
takes
Stark
you out
pulls up in an Audi. I'm like, whoa, what the?
Yeah, it takes you in.
So you know who's always going to be a good guy? Anybody with an Apple product.
Yeah,
they have it in their, or at least they used to. I don't know if it's still, but anybody who is a protagonist has to have an Apple, and it cannot be a villain.
Cannot be a villain. That's crazy.
Interesting.
Yeah. I don't know if it's still a thing, but for a long while when they were doing their product placement,
that is like a notch
always
the
protagonist had it.
If you're the director who they allowed to kill off the Apple guy.
Yeah. Well, that's like a filthy rich idea to have, right? Like Apple knows they make so much money, and like they don't care if they're in that movie or not. So they're like, we're gonna be the good guys no matter what.
Well, it's just a character. It's just like actors who have a no lose clause. I think The Rock has. Like he cannot lose technically in a fight.
That's why the
or
Shazam and Black.
Or a humane death clause is I think what it is. Where it's like you can't just die by the hands of somebody else.
Right.
All right.
So Heroes on a Real Change. What I recommend is just anyone who just watch the first 2 seasons, and you're gonna be like, oh, I can't wait for season 3. Don't just watch the first 2. You'll feel great. It's fine. So the other 2, I know we said like perfect 1 or 2 seasons, and then after that falls off.
Right.
But I chose 2 more shows that have multiple seasons.
Sure.
And that I'll start off with Lost.
Damn.
Perfect 3 seasons.
Yep.
Perfect.
Yep.
And then something weird happened where season 4 came back, and I think they go we don't know where we're going.
Was that when they
were killing characters that matter?
Was that when they went back in time?
Yeah. They started doing some weird stuff.
Yeah.
So which would have been great if it ended great.
Right.
It did not end great.
If it paid off.
It didn't pay off.
Yeah.
They didn't know what to do with the characters that they killed. They didn't know what to do with the characters they were had alive. They started doing time travel. Then they introduced 20 things, and it didn't matter. And you're like, I'm cool with introducing stuff, but make it matter, or just say something.
It was very much like a climb, and you never got to experience the drop.
Yeah.
You know, it's like you climbed up to the top of the roller coaster, and it was like, oh, that was it.
I don't tear up for a lot of shows, but Charlie, have y'all seen it?
Yeah.
Okay. You haven't seen Lost?
I've seen my parents just watching it.
I was excited. It was a little before.
Well, if you don't think you'll ever see it,
never.
Okay, so spoiler for anyone who hasn't. Anyone who plans on seeing it who hasn't. Season 3, where Charlie dies, right? It ends perfectly. He dies, and the way he dies, it's with a purpose. There's no purpose.
Yeah.
Because what he says doesn't matter.
Yeah.
And then it goes to something else, and then because that's the ending of season 3. So 4 starts, and you're like, okay, this matters. No, it doesn't.
Yeah.
You could have kept his ass alive. What'd you kill him for?
Yeah.
And then it's like they give this kid a power where it's like anything he kind of sees or wishes, he kind of starts to see on the island.
Yeah.
Right.
But then they're like, he's getting too big. We forgot kids grow, so we're going to throw him off the island now. We're never going to see him again. So his whole storyline doesn't matter.
Yeah.
And you're like, damn,
awful,
dude.
Yeah.
But you watch 3 seasons of it, and you're like, this is perfect show.
And you're like,
Best show ever.
The score is the music in it is fantastic. The acting is great.
And quite literally, they threw the budget out the window.
Yeah, it was.
From the beginning.
I think one of my favorite twists in TV was when they did the hatch.
Yeah.
Where all of a sudden it was the end of, was that season 1, I
I think
think?
that was like 1 or 2.
End of season 1 or season 2, where they're going and they're digging, all of a sudden it's just hatch, glowing light. What? There's somebody else on the island?
Somebody else on this island.
What the heck?
But do you know the story of it at all?
They get lost in the
Plane crashes. The plane crashes on the island, they're lost.
Yeah.
But
it's so funny. You have no clue. And Lost was like a big deal.
It was a big deal.
My parents watched it. I remember being little. My parents were my parents were watching on TV, and I'd come by.
You know what's so funny is it's people his age go like, because they're like, it's easy to be like, you're old. Well, I'm 34, but when that came out, I was a kid.
Yeah.
So like, it was, it was that thing where it was like a global phenomenon. Yeah. It was everywhere.
Everybody would watch the episode, and then everybody's talking about it the next day.
Yeah.
Because it aired live. Yeah. It wasn't like
the movie tavern that we all meet sometimes, the movie grill, whatever. They did a finale of the 2 episodes.
Oh, really?
Finale.
Did they really?
At movie grill.
Really?
Yeah, that's right there in the Highlands.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Wow.
So like I went there for that and left pissed. I was like, good thing the popcorn was good. Because like I was so mad. And then it's that thing where you linger on it. Like a show's bad when you linger on it for all the wrong reasons.
Yeah.
It's not like, oh, that was so good. It's like, freaking pissed me off. Like,
yeah, because like obviously the only thing I can think of is like movies, right? You watch an awesome movie, and like the more you think about it, the more it sits with you, the higher you get on it.
Yeah.
But then like if it's something bad, it only gets worse.
And then you have to wait because it wasn't streaming at that time. When it came out, there wasn't streaming. So you had to wait for it, and you're like, all right, I don't have to rewatch it, maybe. You rewatch it, and you're like,
did I just miss something?
Yeah.
It's not the show. It's me.
No, they
I
put it
picked up on stuff now. I'm just pissed off more.
Which will throw me into my final one, which is The Walking Dead. Because here's the deal: Walking Dead season 1 and 2, fantastic.
Yep.
Season 3, but listen. Because
you don't like Farmer Rick?
No, yeah. So here's the thing: season 3, right, with the governor. Season 3. It starts to drag and drag, and somewhere I think it was season 3, closer to the end, they announced the renewals of every freaking main character, and you go, okay, if you're not renewed, you're dead.
Yeah.
If you're renewed, I don't care what's happening to you now.
You're alive.
And you could argue like if the show's good, then it doesn't matter. You could argue. However, if your main star is Rick and he's surrounded by zombies every episode, you're gonna go, no, he's fine.
Right.
Like, there's certain people, give me some mystery here. Give me some mystery. And then it just got worse and worse and worse. And then they realized, oh crap, we're filming past the comic books now.
Right.
So now we need to like swerve people with what we do have so we can write our own story. Yeah. Then they kill Glenn and everybody else.
I think that was that makeup.
And Abraham.
You knew everybody. You knew everybody was gonna survive.
Yeah.
So they're like, we gotta have something.
They tried to trick you.
They're like, kill Glenn.
They're like, who didn't renew? Okay, Abraham, Glenn, and like Maggie. Okay, they didn't sign. Okay, cool. One of those fools is dying.
Yeah.
And then they killed 2 of them. And you're like, why? Because now you killed 2 storylines. And then it gets worse and worse and worse. I stopped, and I watched this train wreck until about season 6. And then I stopped. Because I can't, or 7 maybe. I was like, I can't.
Glenn died in 7.
Yeah, so 7. So then I get.
I only know that I looked it up.
Glenn died in what?
7.
Season 7?
That's what I said.
What?
And see, that's what I have a problem with. I never got hooked into Walking Dead because they dragged it out for such a long time. And I know they had comic books to base it off of,
but even the spin-offs now.
But exactly. But there's just so much.
They announced the Daryl spin-off before the show ended. So now I know he lives because like you got to get past these 2 seasons to get to his own show.
Well, you know what's a real big kicker too? It's like, hey, let's have Negan kill Maggie's husband in the most gruesome way possible. And then now we're gonna have a show with them together.
And they're best friends.
And they're like best friends.
Oh, which imagine that?
That on so many levels just infuriates me. How are you dapping it up with how you dapping it up with somebody who killed your husband?
Let's say I love every episode of Walking Dead. You look back and you go like, why would I watch this Maggie and Negan love fest when he killed your husband brutally? What are you doing?
Yeah.
So it's horrible. Like the more I think about it, the more it just makes me so mad. Because like I met the character who plays Aaron when he was like brand new, right?
Oh, okay.
I met him and I was like, hey, it's really cool, excited to meet you. And he was like, yeah, I'm really excited. My character's gonna be a big deal. No, he's not. He did nothing with him. He does nothing. Nothing. Aaron does nothing. And I don't know if that was a change or what happened.
Oh, what's bad is I bet they film scenes where it's like, I'm the guy.
Yeah.
And then you get
editing,
you get to edit in post, and you're like, did I imagine all of this?
Yeah.
It's like,
we shot those scenes, right?
And then they go, we're going to fix this. We're going to do Fear the Walking Dead.
Yeah.
And that show sucked too. So it just, it is what it is. And they try to do crossovers and they didn't timeline right.
I tuned out season 5, so like everything past season 5.
You did the right thing.
Yeah.
So for everyone who loves The Walking Dead, I apologize. Season 1 and 2 great. Season 3 is fine until an extent.
And then it just million people that watched the season 2. Man,
I wasted money on
write
that's why
personally Dear Chase and explain to him why he's wrong.
That's fine. I will post a poll on all the platforms saying was Walking Dead overall a win or a loss.
Yeah, we get some real.
We'll get some. We'll see who votes on that.
All right.
Yeah.
All right. Next.
All right, I'll go next. So I had Heroes was my honorable mention as well, because it was first two of a superhero show that was not based off of comic books or popular comic books.
Original.
Was amazing. Loved it, and all of a sudden they just lost nothing. What?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, you look at me. I was like,
I wonder if you got mine.
no, I'm not gonna. No. I was just that just happened to have been like I love that, especially because that was at the height of like Marvel was just starting out. Superheroes were becoming a fresh new thing. They were given a fresh take, especially with all the characters there too, where it was like you had Milo, what's his name from like Gilmore Girls in there. He was a great actor. Hannah Tier was in there. She was an awesome actor. And so
she was awesome.
Yep. But so like they were having really good, and then just they lost the vision at that point.
Lost.
Yeah.
Lost.
And then lost. Ha ha ha. So then my second was Game of Thrones, where the first 5 seasons were some of the best. Again, I'm going 5 seasons.
Yeah.
How many seasons?
There's 8 total seasons.
So it's over half the.
But because it was 1 through 5.
You don't understand. Yeah. I don't think you've seen any of it. Right?
They haven't.
No.
They didn't stick the landing. I know.
Here's what happened. Here's what happened. The first 5 seasons were, I would say, some of the best written television you possibly could have. With how in-depth the stories were, how beautiful everything cohesive was. But then season 6, they went a hard left turn with just everything.
They went past the books.
They went past the action. They didn't have.
And George R. Martin is like a vault.
Yeah.
He's like, I'm not telling you.
Yeah. So they left all of what was already written, and they took a hard left turn, and they couldn't put it together, and they couldn't finish the landing.
Okay. Because they rely on themselves.
Because they started throwing things that were like, this character shouldn't do that, but they're making the character do that. They're taking wild throws into like assumptions of
You had 5 seasons of personality, and they changed it.
And then a bunch of like,
you're not this anymore.
And then also just a bunch of Deus Ex Machinas, where it's just like, oh no, the main character's in the thing. Well, surprise! You know,
no, you're not.
Like,
it's like a novella.
Plot armor at that point. Yeah, exactly.
So, twin brother.
But I would say seasons 1 through 5 is some of the most perfect TV as far as like a dramatic show goes in that you could possibly get.
Yeah,
and then it just
because so many of the seasons were good, that's why I didn't pick it.
Yeah,
because I was like at that point.
To me, because it fell off so hard that it just.
Honestly, it's a good argument.
Yeah. So my top one is Westworld. Where the first season is the best marriage of what happens in a modern day told as a Western story with a good twist to it, and then the second season as well was a good wrap up to it. The end of season 2 could be its own finish, and I would be perfectly happy with it. And then the 3rd and 4th season took just the most random turn I couldn't imagine. And it's like, you can't, it's not worth it.
And you are not alone.
Yeah.
Anytime you read or look up or anything about Westworld, because we talked about it once, and so I looked into it. Everybody says the same
has
thing.
That.
1 and 2, great. Top tier television. Everybody unanimously hates everything ever written since that point. There's been no return to grace. There's been no one good episode. It has just been dogged by the fan base.
That's exactly it. It is rough. Where it's like, because the first 2 seasons I love so much. Yeah. But and I would highly recommend it to you. Like as a Western guy, for the first 2, watch it. It's really cool.
And I do plan on coming back to it just to, and I want to binge it. Like
because they start trying to throw in of like, all right, what if there's a samurai world? Why are you trying to throw in this? Why are you trying to throw in?
It's like Assassin's Creed.
Yeah. Like they bring in Aaron Paul right after the Breaking Bad time, where it's like they throw him in, like, all right, great actor, but they're trying to throw him into some random storyline outside the world. It's like it makes no sense. So
they gotta cut it when it's good.
Yeah, that's exactly it.
Go out on top.
That's exactly it. So that was mine.
Mine's pretty easy, pretty straightforward. I think probably a popular pick, maybe, if you don't know. I was really big into the CW verse.
Ooh, okay.
So the Flash and Arrow.
Okay. Yeah, all the Arrow verses.
I was like, I don't know what that
first
means.
3 seasons are known for being really, really good, awesome. And then, mind you, there's 9 seasons. So you said 6 more. And it just took a turn, man. I mean, at one point, it's bad. It's bad.
I felt that way about the Flash.
Yeah, the Flash I liked more than Arrow. Arrow's pretty good. It's just it's can only be so much. Flash, you can expand more. And I think what was even better as how good the story was. and it's a CW show, so the budget's not top tier.
Yeah.
You know, action was good, and man, it was awesome. But then it just takes a turn, okay? Like, we're getting, and you'll probably see clips because it's so big right now to make fun of the last seasons. Like, it's popular to make, like, that's how bad it is. That's how bad it took. It's popular to make fun of it. Later on, you're talking, so Flash, obviously, he's fast as lightning, you know, and you get into this where there's Godspeed, Flash, and it's so bad that they're like fighting with like lightsaber swords, like lightning swords.
Yeah, they're pulling in a lot of weird.
It's
Wow.
It's
really
weird.
bad.
Yeah.
You could look past the CGI and stuff because the story was so good.
So good.
Yeah.
Right.
Oh,
And
for
you're
sure.
like,
Yeah.
like the actors, everything was top
like
tier.
you're talking about like Iris, his love interest, and like how they have like a future kid, and then she gets, and I think she becomes Flash.
She becomes a Flash.
Yeah.
It's awful. It's
Wow.
really bad.
They introduced Wally for like a day, and then
Yeah.
like, I think there was some controversy with the actors that are like, nah, you get out of here.
Yeah.
It was very-
Yeah.
And
You're
when
like,
you say CW, do you mean like the
Like
the
soap
show.
opera?
No, CW is a network.
It's a network.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's like
Like Riverdale.
The Bold and the Beautiful
Yeah.
aired on the CW.
You're right. Yeah.
Okay,
Oh,
sure,
you're right.
yeah.
You're right.
Back in the day, it was for soap
Yeah.
operas.
So it's like a TV show with a little budget, but
Got it.
Right. And I would probably say Arrow in that same. The first couple seasons of Arrow are so good. They're so grounded. They make Green Arrow, like Oliver is actually really freaking cool. Stephen Amell's cool.
Yeah.
But then they just kind of go off the deep end where, I mean, they started doing the whole. They knew they had a universe going.
Yeah.
It's funny because you mentioned at the time of the MCU, so they're kind of running DC before Zack Snyder came on. Was like, I can do way worse than you.
Yeah. And that was the problem. They set up a proper TV
They
universe
did,
that
they
Marvel
did.
crapped the bed on.
Right,
Yeah.
but
And
then
so-
like it's one of those like you just gotta take it out behind the barn at some point.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
Yeah.
They were trying to rely too much on the
it was
crossovers.
bad.
You know what, that
It was
Flash
bad.
is
They
never
started
known.
crossovering.
Yeah, all the
they started
crossovers.
crossovering, and
Yeah.
like
They had
Oliver,
Supergirl, they had
Barry
Supergirl,
started switching
yeah,
powers. And
People
stuff. It was
Tomorrow,
bad.
yeah.
Supergirl was okay, and then it got
Supergirl
weird
was
too.
okay.
Yeah, I think they all have enough time
Yeah.
for like 2 seasons.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, because
And then
I mean,
like-
a sleeper, which was more recently, was I didn't watch it, but Superman and Lois is like not terrible.
Yeah, I heard
not
that was
terrible.
good,
I think
yeah.
that's one of the
most
one of the
recent
few
ones, yeah.
one of the few where you actually it's Superman like in the future,
Yeah.
where he has kids,
He's got a family,
he's being
yeah.
a father, right? Which you don't see. You don't see that in the movies. You
No.
don't see that. Like it's just it's you get Man of Steel where they're like, oh, yeah, it's you're done.
Yeah, we don't need that. Yeah.
Hold that cigarette in the liar.
So yeah, that's my pick. So there you
That was
go.
good. I agree with you.
I agree.
Those shows were so good.
Yeah.
They were really good.
They had so much potential,
I
yeah.
enjoyed them.
And you watched them all the way through, right?
No, I did not. I quit. I quit after 3.
So
after
gave
3,
up.
4.
Flash, I
No,
stopped
no, I
at like
stopped,
season
man.
4 or 5.
Yeah.
I stopped.
But then I'd go like maybe it's like Flash would piss me off, and I go like, let's see if Supergirl's good, and I watched 2 seasons of that. I'm like,
I tried to
This
keep
sucks.
up with all of them. It
It
was
was like a Batgirl.
Well, yeah, the
Batgirl. They had
Batgirl,
like
because
one season. They were like, oh
There was
yeah.
the legend. There was the Legends of Tomorrow, which were trying to do like a space type of.
Yeah, they did. Yeah, they had one season of Batgirl. They were like, oh my
Yeah.
gosh. So.
Alright, what do you got?
Okay, so I have some that I had some backups because I thought we would overlap. I've got Walking Dead, but I think that up to season 5 I was very happy, and then season 5 I was like, okay, we're just gonna
Man,
like
more Walking Dead hate.
Yep.
Look at that.
Yeah, I listen.
Yeah, y'all. have a lot
I also
coming
had
our way.
Lost.
Yeah.
I picked 5 because I knew that.
Yeah.
I loved Lost, and then Lost just got weird. It
How
got too
weird?
weird to be cool.
Lost his love for Lost.
Like, yeah.
Lost got
And
lost.
then I have Game of Thrones, but I'm gonna have a hot take.
Okay.
I know I'm gonna make lots of people mad.
Okay.
Oh, you're gonna make
I'm
somebody.
gonna make so many people mad. Season 1 was fantastic.
Okay.
Everything else I did not like.
Really?
Okay. Season 1 with Ned Stark
Okay.
was beautiful.
Wow.
I
It
love
was
that so
great.
much. The first episode was peak. Everything ever that was
Awful. It's
Wow.
like,
All right.
like,
Oh,
the
that's
Ned
hilarious.
Stark I felt like was such a tight story. Everything made sense and worked.
And then after that, after
And
he
then
died, it just.
I just couldn't. It's just like we became like it was just too much.
Okay.
There's just too much going on, and I don't know. I also I'm not big into like a bunch of magic stuff, and usually it takes me out. Season 2 was magic heavy. Okay? When Daenerys was stuck on the damn
Alright.
magician's lair or whatever, I have never once made it past that episode. I have tried to watch this series 4 times, and I have all 4 times stopped at that scene. I cannot make it back. I didn't even skip that episode.
This guy chose John Wayne. Just want to let you know.
That's
Not that
right.
John Wayne's a bad choice. It's just think about the
John Wayne didn't have any magic.
That's I know. You're
No
on my
magic.
too, partner.
All right.
You want plot armor?
I have
plot armor right there.
I have the shooter would disagree.
Yeah.
All right?
so funny.
And then I have 2 that I think are kind of off the beaten path. One is beloved and went for many seasons. Once again, I think season 1 was like a work of art, and everything else was trash. Not trash, just not my cup of tea. Prison Break.
Okay, yeah.
Prison Break season
wholeheartedly
1
agree with that.
was
Wholeheartedly
a solid
agree with that.
story.
Yes.
And very interesting.
And then it goes.
Hold on.
It's so good.
Dude, what's wrong with you? Did you? Dude, it's
But
so
yeah,
weird.
season 1, I would wholeheartedly agree.
Because it was so good.
It told your tight story.
Everybody was watching.
Yeah.
And in season 2, it just couldn't. And
then somehow they get thrown back into another prison in season 3.
It's
what?
like we could have stopped at season 1 and just been successful.
Yeah. Season 2, they could have just made it, all right, escape and go in, find a way to live, and you could have ended it right there.
This is where, from this point on, I have one more I want to bring up, and this is the only like nerdy thing ever in this category. There was a comic book called iZombie.
Oh, okay.
They made a TV series that was not huge budget. It was not even like.
It was clever. iZombie was good.
What?
Dude.
You watched it? Yeah. You watched this?
Yeah.
iZombie was good.
It was really the first season. I think was really good, and then I think it's not even that they ran out of source material because I think iZombie was already being written.
Yeah,
like it was
just can only
ahead.
do so much.
I think it was the problem of you get a villain of the week, and it's like NCIS at that point.
Yeah.
It's like you're kind of rinse and repeating. And there are certain people that really like that. Like they had a fan base that was cool with it, but they lost a ton.
I thought
of
about doing Smallville for that same reason, where Smallville, I loved it because it told a great story of Superman. It was good enough where it was all right the entirety of the season, but by like season 5 and 6, it was that same thing. All right, what's your monster of the week?
Yes.
How does Superman save the day this week? And
I really liked the idea, like with iZombie, spoilers for anybody, is she was a zombie, but when she ate the person, if she ate their brain, she relived kind of like their story. And she would try to like, it was almost like a I'm gonna fix what was wrong with the people they left behind.
Interesting.
Sort of. It's been a while since I've watched any of this. I can't come up with an exact
she
example.
worked at like a morgue or something.
She was like a
she'd eat their brain.
morgue assistant.
Yeah.
And she would like go to like
weird.
Interesting. But it was a new take on zombies, the whole idea.
I gotcha.
But then it quickly plays out, and then you're just eating your brain this week. It was like different. So.
Yeah. And then they turned everybody into zombies.
I'm surprised you even know it.
Yeah,
not many people.
Because the first 2 seasons really.
I think you mentioned in the past before.
I really think it was such a solid, and I think it makes a good comic book.
Okay, yeah.
Because
there are some things that just don't adapt well.
I think as a comic in that serial weekly, it makes total sense to my brain.
Makes sense.
But as a series, it just gets played out to the eye.
It's just the fun of the topic, right?
Yeah.
Where it's like all these, you should have just. At some point, it just needs to stop.
Yeah.
It needs to stop.
Yeah.
So there you go.
I like it.
Tell us what you think. What was the greatest fall?
Who had the best hot take, or who was real far off?
Who was just completely
I think you're
wrong
gonna be the
with that?
farthest off, feeling like season 1 of Game of Thrones was great.
I know.
All the time, dude.
You know, there's that picture of like the one dude talking to the sea of humans, and I know I'm right.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, season 1 was great, and then we introduced too much magic, and we went off the deep end.
Yeah.
So. Shout me out, okay? You can write to me in below. I will respond to everybody.
I think you're about to get a lot of Walking Dead fans.
Yeah.
For sure.
Hey, dude, up to Beth, it was great. I had Everybody Hates Chris as the good guy, you know.
Dude, that was
great.
Crazy, dude.
Yeah.
Dude, Everybody Hates Chris character. I forget his name, but
Yeah.
Dude, the way he dies, isn't that just so
I know.
crazy? I was like, my God.
Yeah.
This gets ripped apart.
Yeah.
But it was kind of funny, though.
Yeah.
I'll never forget when.
I was already checked out.
He got his lick back though, and.
But guys, I just want you to understand something.
Yeah.
So, listen to all these shows we did. All these shows we just mentioned, right?
Cool. It's like Invincible is a whole
I love it.
Yeah.
I know all this time we put into Walking Dead, 5 seasons, 8 episodes each.
I'm saying
40 minutes. Dude, we put like 40 hours into that.
Because Lost, you were not even. You're probably like 2. You were like a little babe. Because it came out in 2004, so you were like a 1 or 2, right?
Like 6.
In 2004?
No.
No, that's what I'm saying.
It went on longer than 2004.
I know. No. What I'm saying
When
is,
it was good.
when you invest. Okay, fine. Okay, Flash, right? Because did you watch it when it was brand new, or did you watch it?
I did.
Okay, and that was a 9 season. So theoretically, even though they spread them out, let's say 9 years.
Yeah.
9 years of your life to be disappointed.
Yeah.
That's why I don't invest in shows. Because I'll have to wait, like for Invincible, right? I'll have to wait for it to end before I'll start it.
No.
Because here's the deal. Because then I go, if I
already doing better.
Yes, but what if next season sucks? Huh? What if next season ruins?
Well, here's why
they're gonna jump the shark.
Yeah. They already watched the DCU.
But they already said that they are going to tell Invincible's story for 7 seasons. They straight up said this is it. So
good.
That's how I know that show is not going to completely screw the pooch.
Jump the shark.
Yeah, exactly. Well, that's why The Boys is ending this season because they said, all right, 5 seasons, we're telling our story.
Well, then some people are getting a little bit smarter.
Yes.
But like back in the day, it was like before.
It's like, dude, we got a cash cow. Let's go for it.
Streaming's changed so much now that now they're making you wait weekly again or whatever. But before it was like, here's 20 episodes, go for it. And you knew right away if the show's worth it.
Yeah, but then they're making you wait a year and a half between the next.
Like look at Stranger Things, dude. I have still not watched the last season. You know that?
Yeah.
Because of how people have doo-dooed on it.
And it
I have
took
not
3 years or whatever.
Yeah.
The break
it took 3 years.
Like I couldn't wait the 1 year to watch Invincible season 2.
Yeah.
Dude, the break between season 1 and 2 of Stranger Things, I was so checked out.
Yeah. Wednesday.
I forgot the movie was even a thing.
Right.
Or the series was even a thing.
Wednesday, right? It was like they had season 1, then 2 years later season 2, and they're saying it's gonna be 3 years for this 3 season. 3 years for season 3. So I'm like, I just can't. I can't.
This is a great moment to shout out Daredevil. You should definitely
streaming now.
Daredevil's not going off of a comics, and it's still. I think we're on season 5 overall right now, and it's still like 9.5 and better, and it's still going. And it's not going off of a comic, so you should watch it.
Well, guys, let us know shows you were disappointed in after the first couple seasons,
Shout us out.
or ones that maybe maybe ones that were great until the finale or last.
There you go.
Because then it changes a little bit. Like if it ended on the last season was horrible, that's worse. But
all right, we got anybody else for? So we said lifetime achievement for directors.
Yeah.
Do you guys have any? I may have one in that we could throw out there.
Throw it in the chamber. What you got?
Anybody else have any other ones? Otherwise, I'll do mine.
I have one, but let's hear yours first.
So mine, I was gonna throw out what's the most unexpectedly star-studded movie that's like underrated. So obviously you have your major motion pictures that are like advertising they're throwing in.
So ensemble
large ensemble that turned out like maybe they weren't as well known back in the day, but all of a sudden it's like for example like Angels in the Outfield.
Yeah, I just had this thought this week.
Yeah,
I was watching with my son Angels in the Outfield, and I thought, man, I know this is an ensemble cast, but you forget the ensembleness of the cast.
You have
it's
a
just
lot
everybody.
of actors in there, and so like stuff like that, or like old animation ones where it's like they had a bunch of voice actors that like are now holy crap, they're like super popular people, So what's something that was not advertised as an ensemble cast back in the day,
and it became after in the looking glass back, you're like, oh, it was an ensemble, we just don't know.
Exactly,
I like that. Yeah, let's do that.
All right, cool.
I have one for next time then.
All right, I like it.
Well, cool. There you go, guys. Yeah, we'll get some posts on there, get y'all commenting and stuff too about it.
Yep.
And
All right.
On that note, go check us out on all the social medias and all the things. Any final words?
No. Keep watching good stuff.
Oh yeah.
See ya.